Hey, hubby, what you doing?
Howdy. Well, I'm doing the 3D loop system that I do, my signature loops for the Mare's Leg belt that I use, the Prospector Belt, that 3D system. I'm just finishing up the last few loops here, making them fit, they're pressure fit. As you can see here, I got some slots in there. And
Wait, come closer.
so I got some slots there, and I pull it through and snug it in place, and it locks in the round. That way you have a good firm round, and pull it through like this, and drop a round into it, and continue going. And our Prospector belts have a standard 24 rounds on it. We find that that's a nice round number that a lot of people like. You usually find 12 or 18 is what most people offer, but we go the extra mile by adding 24. We've even done it to where some people have ordered a Mare's Leg holster with the belt, but they have a 357 and a 44 mag or 45 long Colt, and so we've done it where it's been split. Half is 357 Magnum 30 special, and the other half is for 45 long Colt or 44 mag, which are basically the same loop size. They'll fit in both. So let me punch a hole in here so I can attach it to the belt. So we'll get it all lined up here. Once I do that, and then trim off the excess here and leave enough there that when I do the stitching it catches onto the edge of it right there. And then what I do is I take off this Chicago screw. I attach everything with Chicago screws, and then it's sewn on afterwards. And the idea with the Chicago screw is if you want to spruce up your belt, you have the option that you could take the Chicago screw out, and you can add a concho in. It's a little more personalized. There are some folks that like to do that, and it's just a little add-on thing that we do to give you a little bit more versatility in the products that you purchase from us. As we like to say here at Beaver Mountain Works, we try to do things that are practical, that have multiple purposes, and they'll suit you when you're out in the field, in the bush, as we call it here in Canada. You want to make sure you have something that's going to be functional, work, and also look good. You know, at the end, it's all about how good you look, right? So we get this together and slap that in there and put it into our hole. And from this point on, once this is in, actually I seem to be all thumbs today. Yes, we're human too. Get that snagged in there, and it would then sit like this, and we stitch it, and then it would stay in place. And you can see here, this is with the 357 one here, and this one's with the 44 Magnum. So it fit on the back like that. Looks good. So also, you'll notice that on the other video we talked about, I was doing the edging here, and you can see what it looks like here on the edge. See how it's nice and dark, and all smooth and rounded on both sides. There's no sharp edges, and you can see here on a piece of leather here we got sharp edges on it because we beveled it, smoothed it out. Also, I do a finished border along here. A lot of people will use one of these. It's an edger, and you wet the leather, and then you come by and you push it in, and it leaves a crease around it. Some people call it a creaser, but I like to go the extra mile and go ahead and use a groover, and I actually cut out the groove, use it for stitching as well. It stays decorative, and it also holds its integrity and its look over time and pressure. So for a long, you can see here on the light brown, that was our dark brown, or brown. You can see on the light brown that it accents really well with that, gives it a real good finish look. And also on our 3D loops here, this will be stitched down here right along that groove line. it also has the same appearance. I go ahead and edge that so it looks good. I don't do along the loops here. Some people have asked me to, and I will if you actually ask me to. I'll do that as an extra, but it's normally not where I go along because your round actually hides it. You don't really see it. And the 3D loop is quite important. It's my signature loop for a reason. Well, if you were to do it traditionally where you see most people have it where it's right into the belt, the round is right close up to the belt, so when you go to pull it out, your fingers aren't grabbing a hold of it that well. Where the 3D loop here, you can see it sits out between an eighth of an inch and a quarter of an inch, depending on how thick you're using the 3D unit here. And when you push up, it's easier to pull out. And us guys with the big fat fingers, it's difficult to pull them out sometimes, and believe me, if you're probably pulling them out, you're needing them right at that time. So it's better to be quick than slow. I hope that's helped out a lot, and that you stay tuned to our next video, because our next video is going to be about how we actually stitch the belts and the Mare's Leg holsters together. And there's a lot of little hints and tricks that I use in that. Maybe I can pass something on to you. So take care.
If you want more of this, subscribe to our channel. And please go check out beavermountainworks.com. Look at our products, and we'd really love it if you sign up for our newsletter. Take care.